Right, we're live at 5. We're late as usual. This evening, a little live jewelry making session. We're going to be making some hoop earrings. These are some samples I made earlier today. I want to make some larger ones. I'll explain more in a moment, but yeah, classic hoops. But there's something a little different about these to most hoops. Right, welcome back to Roberts & Co. Welcome back to London. Another live jewelry making session. Live at 5, late as ever. Right, these are hoops, earrings. With most, these are 3mm thick and about 18mm in diameter. I thought these were going to be quite small. These are quite chunky. With most hoops, regardless of the thickness, the size, most hoop earrings, I tried to find solid hoops, and it says like solid, but what they mean by solid, when they're saying solid, they're sort of using the term solid gold and solid silver, but they're actually made of tubing. You know, like most hoops are made of tube and they are hollow. Nothing wrong with that. I've actually got to get I've got to get a female friend of mine to wear these and make sure they actually function. Like as in the weight of them is not an issue, because they are potentially minimum 2 up to 3 times the weight, depending on the wall thickness of the tubing. That's why I've made the 3mm. If the 3mm is not an issue with the weight, they're still not that. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they're still relatively light. But anyway, I'm going to get someone to wear them for me for a while and see if they end up like one of those African tribes with the big plates in their ears. The hole of the hole in their ear just turns into a tube. You can fit a plate in it. They weigh 2 grams, so it shouldn't be an issue with the little ones. But what I need to do now is make the big ones. The tooling I've got in this. I'm going to get some more tool. If these are successful, I'll make some more tooling. But even if the test is 3mm thickness. If 3mm works, then obviously 2.5, 2mm thick, 1.5. 1mm might be a bit too thin because the earring posts are only 0.7mm. I've got some earring posts. Let me show you the earring posts. The standard size for earring posts, when you get your ears pierced, the studs they fire through on the gun are about 1.2mm. They're over 1mm thickness. And then as the hole heals up, the standard size of an earring stud is 0.7mm. And most you do get some with 1mm. And some of the threaded ones, you can get threaded fittings, and they have, but 1mm is an exception. 0.7 is the rule. You would really use 1mm if you're going to have, for very heavy earrings, but then obviously, or if someone's, for some reason, had their ears pierced in prison. They've got massive holes. But yeah, 0.7's the standard size, the comfortable size. The vast majority of earring backs are for 0.7mm, and some of them are quite a tight fit on 0.7mm. A lot of, because I say 0.7, it's often 0.67mm is off the top of my head. So yeah, you can get 1mm. Quite often we will have to get if we're using if someone's got 1mm studs, we get the oversized. You can get, I mean, these are quite a big butterfly I've got here. So all you do with these, if you get a pair of earrings, you can with 1mm is get probably a smaller version of that, just a cone burr, and just open up the hole, because it is just that the hole that prevents the 0.7mm going through, because all that does at the back, all that does is spring friction, all that does is friction fit into the groove at the end. So you literally it is just a case of opening up the hole in the front, and if you open up the hole in the front to just over 1mm, as long as the butterfly is big enough, then they will work with 1mm posts. Right, this is 3mm wire. I'm going to use the curved end because that was some rod we were using to make. What were we making? What was I making with that? T-bars, maybe? I've got no idea. I was doing it live, I know that. What was I making? No idea. Right, let's curve the end of this and just file that flat and use the ring shank bender. Those ones, those little, these little ones I made using the smallest die. I might have to get the Bijou die set. It goes down to 6mm to make some tiny, because 18mm is still quite big. Yeah, anyway, let's go for the big die, because if this big die, if the earrings are, if I get someone to test these out and they actually work with the biggest die on here, in theory, then all the smaller ones with all the smaller gauges of wire will work just fine. So I'm gonna just file this. Let's turn on the YouTube. It's 2 weeks, depending on when you're watching this. Most people are watching these on the replay in the future, but right here, right now, we're week or so. Well, I don't even know how, but Christmas is in a matter of days. What is the day? It's the 12th. So yeah, days away. So we've got the YouTube Christmas tunes on. Right. I'm gonna try and keep this rod end straight. It's not gonna work, is it? You don't have to employ the services of an earring tester. I find the girl I know with the most holes, piercings. That is right. Put them all in at once. Right, let's commence bending this. I'm going to coil it round a bit, but I need to be able to saw it. Right, I'll saw it while I can. And mark it with the side cutter, so we're chomping about 1/4 out. I'll slightly oversize it with filing, because ultimately I need to clean the ends off, but then we also want them both the same. So I'll oversize them both slightly. and I'll adjust it. One of them will probably be bigger than the other. Right, there we go. I've got one of these dodgy 8/0 blades in here which don't cut in a straight line. They cut off an angle. I bent the 8/0 blades to put the lid back on the pack. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Blade in that way. Where'd I put in? Jesus. I can't really tell which way all this is going to fall when I cut through it. Whether I'm going to break the blade down. It's almost like the blade's in at like 30 degrees. It's not. I bent the tangs of them. Break? No, pull down. God. Look at that, it's so curved, it's bent. It's not going to cut any straighter. Broke the blade right at the end. To be honest, I'd be glad when I get rid of this batch of 8/0s. I need to get a new batch. I might have bent the saw frame again. I bent my last grow base saw frame. Yeah, I crammed the lid back down on the plastic thing. I didn't realise the blades were longer than the. Like, these are velour blades, and that pack is not. The pack they're in is not a velour pack. A velour box. Anyway, kind of cut 45 degrees out. Check that out. Right, let's bend up the next one. Then saw this off. think we can cut that. Again, about 45 degrees from that end there, should be about not overcook it. Where those blades are going through so wonky, if I don't overcook it, I'm going to end up with too little. There we go, right, 3mm wire. Right, let's round them off. Now we've got the shorter lengths of wire, it'll be easier to get them fully round in here, or rounded. Flatten them off a bit. Completely different sizes. Once I figure out the, they're close, they're a few mil out. Once I've figured out, like if I'm gonna go in, I've got to get someone to wear these and make sure they're actually wearable, solid rather than hollow. But if I do, then what I'll figure out the length I need to make each pair, the different sizes, so that I'm cutting wire and use it. And because as you can see, it's an absolute nightmare trying to form up long lengths of wire. But once I know what sizes I'm going to make, if I'm going to make them, if they're wearable in solid silver, then I'll cut them to length and then do this. Because what I'll probably do is the posts are marked 925. What I will probably do is mark the insides of these towards the end 925 with the 925 stamp, just so there's a bigger 925 in there, and that's easier to do when they're flat. But you need to know where the end is. Let's actually see what size we've made. These are about, okay, if I pull them apart a little bit, they're going to be 30mm. That's going to be 30mm. So let's get a verb that goes on. $29.21, so we'll end up having to 29.36. You get the idea. 23.9. They're going to be a 30mm stud, 30mm hoop. You know what I'm going to do? Rather than messing about with my hand. Let's get an actual even proper, let's do it like a proper jewellery and get a proper stretch on. There you go. That was 30mm for a second. Yeah, it's much easier to sell a 30mm hoop than a 29mm hoop, isn't it? We're so close. This will probably be easier to do once they're soldered because they'll be annealed. This wire's quite hard. $29.95. Right, I'm going to crack on with this when it's annealed. Look, we're now 29.96. They'll bend so easy when they're annealed. But also it'll help work hard on them. 29.47. Might have gone a bit too much with that. 30.29. I had it in. Oh, look at that. 30.03, we're there. Let's not mess about with that one anymore. Right, I need to file the ends and then we'll solder on the posts. Let's just make sure they're the same size. One of them's they both need filing, one of them's potentially going to need soldering. If you're making these hollow out of tube, the process would be the same. You just have to be very careful bending it. They're both 30.5 mil in diameter, 30.05 millimeters. Right, this one needs chopping quite a bit off actually. I'm going to saw that off, but I'm still going to have to, I'm going to saw a bit off, but I don't trust these bent saw blades. I'm sawing at about a 30-degree angle that's going through in a straight line. It's not compensating for the bend. I'm hoping it's the blades and not the, pretty confident it's the blades and not the frame. Yeah, I was slicing through that at an angle and it's pretty straight. This one's a bit big now. Okay, pretty good. Someone's weighing 4.6 grams, 4.7 grams. Just gonna take a little bit off this one. This is just a really fine file, it's a cut 4, which I'm just getting the cut 0 file marks out. Still going to take a little bit more off this one, it's still a little bit bigger. Right, close enough. So there we go, there are hoops. Now I just need to solder the posts on. Right, flux, and I'm going to do this. I really want that sort of pointing up like that. Which I'm doing, I'm going to quickly satin polish the end of these so that it's sort of rounded off. Right, all I've done there is just smoothed out the ends of them. Make them a little bit more even. Just so that they're potentially a little bit more comfortable. I want that to be upright, that's small. Right, it's flux back. The way I'm going to do this is the way I quite often do stud earrings. I'll ball the solder up on the end of the post, and then once the hoop is up to temperature, we'll just pop it in place. There's actually quite a lot of silver for this little torch to heat up on. I might need to regas it. I might need to drill these as well and put the post maybe slightly in the there's quite a lot of weight on that joint, really. So, yeah. I may, when these go into production, drill, because these are, you can drill a couple of mil in. These are 11mm posts, and a lot of posts are 9mm, so we can drill 3mm in, insert them and solder them. Although that is quite a tricky soldering operation, because it's not impossible, but you just have to heat up the hoop without heating the post up at all. The transitional heat will heat that post, otherwise you'll just end up melting the post. Right. Back through. The other thing is that happens with these posts, when you're heating them up like this, when you're soldering them, you have to be really careful when you first put scrolls on, butterfly backs, because this process anneals them and they're so soft. You've got to sort of work hard on them by running the butterflies on and off, up and down. They work hard and pretty quickly because only 0.7mm, but yeah, you've got to be quite careful when they're freshly soldered posts, and you've really got to work hard on them. Ideally, stick them in the clip. Use the barrel barrel to do the first stages of polishing, because that will help as well. Maybe even some ceramic. So I'm just balling the solder up and, oh, let's gas this. Balling the solder up, getting it to bead up on the end of the post. Yeah, these little torches are, the more gases and the more powerful they are. And the quicker we'll melt that little post. Check that out. Think. Right, let's get the other one out. We'll show you. Right, so there we go. 130mm, 29.3, 30mm now. Oh, let's put a butterfly on that without bending it. Yeah, what is best to do with these butterflies is, one, make sure the butterflies will go on, but I just run them up. Sort of burnishes the post, but checks the solder joint, also work hardens the post, otherwise they're so soft. That obviously needs polishing, but there we go. And test driving. There in theory we have a 30mm solid silver, 3mm thick hoop with butterfly. Right, I'll pop that back in the pickle, but that is it. Right, thanks for watching, guys. That is how we're going to make solid silver hoop earrings. Right, see you next one. Probably more D-shaped wedding bands in the next one. Toodles.